Hello. Thank you for coming to see me. I'm going to be updating your programming today, and I will also be performing some small maintenance, dusting out ports, and possibly replacing some of your worn out circuitry. So, my name is Verge. Yeah, here. It's a pleasure. Um, and yeah, so let's see what's going on with you today. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can already see you actually have quite a bit of dust and debris kind of crusted in here. No, don't be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. No. This happens to everyone. But it's good that you came in today and we can get this taken care of. Now, first of all, I'm going to be using some compressed air. And I recommend, so what we're going to be doing today while I'm working on your updates and your minor surgeries and such, I will also be performing some programming. It has to do with some new software that's being installed on your hard drive, which is a planetary hours clock. It was requested by your owner, who is an alchemist, I believe. Yeah, sorry about that. It's loud in here. It's, it's a workshop. So I'm going to be explaining that to you, and I'm also going to be doing some oral programming that is in conjunction with the planetary hours clock. Some stuff like planetary correspondences, some different herbs, metals, the days of the week, possibly some color correspondences if that comes up. And this will help you to better assist the alchemist in the workings that they are doing. So while I am blowing out all of the dust and debris from your ports and your crevices in this area, what I'd like for you to do is start getting in a really relaxed and receptive state. So we're going to do some really simple breathing exercises, kind of in conjunction, but also, just kind of leave it open, because I want you to get very comfortable, very relaxed, and very much in a receptive state. So now, it does have a lot of warnings on it, but it's just telling you not to puncture it or burn it. So I'm going to, first off, give you some really good blasts of air, and then we're going to work our way into the breathing exercises. All right, here we go. Hold on. That is really really stuck in there. Hold on. Some people call these cheaters, but honestly, it's really just about being able to magnify and see small things while you're working. Okay, let's see. We've got here we go. Yeah. These are spring loaded, so I can grip things and pull them out. There we go. All right. Yeah. Ooh. No, don't worry. It's just a little rusty. It's nothing gross on them or anything. They're just a little crusty and dusty, but it's fine. It'll be fine for this. Okay. Man, that is really. What is this? Feathers? That is. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean anything by it. I'm really sorry. No, it's just really stuck in there. Here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's almost all of it. I think I can get it with the air now. How embarrassing. Alright, let's see if I can get better. There we go. Alright, so, yeah. And I want you to take a deep breath in to the count of 5, okay? We're going to count in 5. We're going to hold it 4 counts. And then we're going to release for 7 counts. We're going to do that 4 times, all right? There's no alchemical significance to the number of times. I just feel like it will give us the best receptivity. All right, so are you ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. All right, and now, let's see. What do I have here? some new capacitors. I was thinking about upgrading you from a 0.2022 to a 0.047. I think you'll find you get a little quicker response. It's just a minor tweak. You might not even notice it, but I think it'll be worth doing. And yeah, I had, let's see, got some switches. I may end up using some toggle switches for some things. I was asked to make like just a couple of modifications, but it's nothing that you'll even really notice. And, all right, make sure my soldering iron is turning on and warming up. And let's see. Oh, yeah, here. Let me take off the faceplate. This might be too big. Hold on. Yeah, I think this is a good size. I will show you guys the logo. It's an electronic instrument company. Alright, take these little faceplate screws off, loosen them up. It's very fortunate that they are spring-loaded in there, because I would not want to lose them. Alright, just take that down. Alright, now first let me show you the planetary hours and how this works. So we have the day hours start at dawn. Okay, that's hour 1. And then actually hour 1 over here would be your 1 p.m. or you could call it hour 13. So over here you have, it starts at dawn, it doesn't start at midnight. And depending on what day of the week is the planetary correspondence. So I will go over those with you now. The sun is this symbol here, which is, it's a circle with 1 dot in the center. Monday is the moon, and of course it's a moon shape. So anytime you see a moon shape, sometimes some of your other software might have phases of the moon, so this is separate from that. But I think that because of the positioning, you'll be able to tell the difference. But if you have any questions, the alchemist will be able to help you clarify. And if there are any major bugs related to this, I'll deal with it. But I think I worked everything out on the front end. Now, Tuesday is Mars, and you can see it's this circle with the line coming off of it. Wednesday is Mercury, and that is this symbol here, and it's a little bit like the symbol for Venus, which is Friday, but it's got these little horns on top. And then Thursday is Jupiter, and I think that Jupiter's symbol looks a little bit like a 4. Oh. Sorry. And then Saturday is Saturn. And I really don't know how to describe this symbol, but if you look at it closely, I think you'll figure out what it looks like. And as you can see now, during the day, it starts at dawn, which is usually around 6 or 7 a.m., depending on the time of year. And in the app, that's been accounted for, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of that. But each hour goes down Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, and then it starts over with the Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon, Saturn, and then you come over here, Jupiter, Mars, Sun. So I think that, sorry, I think you can figure that out. And then let's get into some of the correspondences. We can work on this while I'm kind of, yeah, okay. So we'll start off with Monday, which is ruled by the moon, and we'll start in the planetary hour of moon. And Monday is good for purity, spirituality, honesty, spiritual cleansing, virtue, goodness, perfection, unity, lunar power, money, psychic ability, magic, change, spirituality, invoking the goddess, if you are invoking a feminine deity, or childbirth, because we can plan that right down to the letter these days. Now, let's see. We have some different herbs that go along with this correspondence, and I'm going to basically just go through what each day of the week is best for. I'm going to go through the herbs, and then I'm going to go through the minerals and metals, because there's a lot of herbs to get through. I think if I front load that rather than trying to tell you the easier stuff up front, maybe it'll make it easier. Alright, so for the moon, which would be Monday, we have adder's tongue, aloe, lemon balm, bladder wrack, buchu, cabbage, calamus. Now, calamus is a little tricky because there's a few different forms, a few different plants that are called calamus, but I'll leave that up to the jurisprudence of the alchemist. Camellia, camphor resin, chickweed, club moss, coconut, cotton, cucumber, dulse, eucalyptus, gardenia, gourd, grapes, honesty, Irish moss, jasmine, lemon, lettuce, lily, loose strife, lotus. The lotus is a very good visionary plant. Mallow, mesquite, moonwort, myrrh, papaya, potato, sandalwood, purslane, turnip, willow, and wintergreen. Now, be very careful with the wintergreen because it is toxic. I know that it's used for flavoring in gum and mints, but actually the plant itself is toxic to humans. Now, you may wonder why we're only using 7 planets, and that would be that back before we could see that far out into the solar system is when the planetary hour system was developed, and because it was considered to be a very good technology, it did not become obsolete with the discovery of new planets. Now, there are correspondences for Pluto and Neptune and Uranus, but I will not be covering those today because we are strictly covering things related to the planetary hours and those workings. The color of the moon Monday is purple, and if you are going into Kabbalistic correspondences to the Tree of Life, which I believe he will be, he or they or she, the Sephiroth is Yesod. The appropriate metal is silver. Crystals are moonstone and alexandrite. And then another thing you can use for workings is anything that's white and translucent. I would really love to see your creator use a milk jug for working. Right, and then we covered most of the perfumes and incenses and the trees in the herbal category. And then the moon Monday is a good day to deal with anything relating to the stomach, digestive system, female organs, or the lymphatic system. All right, and then we have Tuesday, which is governed by Mars. And so that is a very masculine, very powerful day. It can be used for protection, but so Tuesday, Thursday, which is governed by Jupiter, and also Saturday are very good days for protection because of the ruling planets. Now, we'll go over all of them, but Mars is like a very warlike, very combative energy, so you have to be kind of careful with it. But the correspondences are physical energy, passion, strength, vitality, motivation, sexuality, movement, men's power, men's mysteries, anger, intensity, drive, ambition, and achievement. As far as the herbs, we have allspice, anemone, asafoetida, which is a very acrid herb. If you've ever smelled it, you will remember it. Basil, black snake root, bloodroot, bryony, broom cactus, carrot, chili pepper, coriander, cubeb, cumin, curry leaf, damiana, which is another very good visionary herb, deer's tongue, dragon's blood, galangal root, which is like ginger, garlic, gentian, ginger root, gorse, grains of paradise, hawthorn, high John the Conqueror root, holly, hops, horse radish. A lot of very fiery, very spicy herbs. Hound's tongue, leek, masterwort, maguey, mustard, nettle, onion, pennyroyal, pepper, peppermint, pepper tree, pimento, pine, poke root, radish, reed, shallots, snapdragon, thistle, toad flax, woodruff, wormwood, and yucca. Oh, hold on a minute. Let's see. There's just a little buildup in some of these behind your faceplate. Right. So the color of Mars is red, and the number is 5. I guess I should have mentioned the number of the moon is 9. And the Sephirot is Gabora, and then the metals are iron and steel, and I'm just going to clean a little bit out with this screwdriver tip. The crystals are ruby, garnet, bloodstone, and red agate. And you can also use red jasper. I have a pair of heart-shaped red jasper plugs that I like a lot. I'm not wearing them today, unfortunately. Lodestone, which is a very powerful money-drawing magnetic stone, and used flint, so anything that's been napped and cut things with. And Mars is good for, Tuesday is good for muscles, head, adrenal glands, and senses of smell and taste. All right, Wednesday is Mercury. Now, Mercury, of course, being the god of communication, the messenger of the gods, Mount Olympus. So, knowledge, communication, the arts, mental acuity, charm, confidence, change, adaptability, and acceptance. And the herbs associated with Mercury are almond, aspen, beans, orange bergamot. You have bittersweet, Brazil nuts, caraway, celery, clover, dill, elecampane, fennel, ferns, fenugreek, filberts, flax, goat's rue, horehound, lavender, lemongrass, lemon, lemon verbena, and probably lemon too if it has all of those other lemon correspondences. Those are very tart, very acidic. Mace, male fern, mint, marjoram, May apple, mulberry, papyrus, communication, parsley, pecans, peppermint, pimpernel, pistachio, pomegranate, summer savory, senna, and southern wood. Now for your color and Sephiroth, Mercury is orange and is ruled by Hod. And the number is 8, the corresponding number. And then the metals are aluminum and, of course, mercury. And the crystals are fire opal, carnelian, and banded agate. And then another thing that is good for working with mercury is things that have been lost and then are found again. And we have the parts of the body that are good for working with on Wednesday, governed by Mercury, are the brain, the central nervous system, thyroid gland, anything to do with the 5 senses, and your hands. All right. We are moving on to Jupiter, which is Thursday. And Jupiter is luck, expansion, growth, honor, attainment, worldly power, influence, accomplishment, and fulfillment. All things related to the overarching power of the king of the gods, Jupiter, the ruler over all the gods. So a very regal, very commanding kind of a power. Commanding oil is good. Any kind of its correspondent to Emperor energy in the tarot and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll get into that later. Sorry. So we have agrimony, anise, Avens, banyan, wood, betony, bodhi tree, borage, cloves, chestnuts, cinquefoil, dandelion. They didn't go over cedar, which is one of my favorite Jupiter correspondences, but the rest of this list is pretty good. Dandelion, dock, endive, fig, honeysuckle, hens and chickens, which is like those little succulent plants. They have like lots of little leaves coming off. Hyssop. Hyssop is a very good purifying herb. You can use it in baths, and there's actually a psalm, Psalm 51, that goes along with the use of hyssop in a ritual bath. Linden, liverwort, meadowsweet, maple, nutmeg, sage, sarsaparilla, sassafras, star anise, and witchgrass. Now, for color and Sephiroth, Jupiter, which is Thursday, the color is blue, the number is 4, and it corresponds to Chesed. Now, the metal of Jupiter is tin. The crystal is sapphire, amethyst, or turquoise. And you can also use anything that's been charred by lightning. And then Thursday is a good day to work on liver, thighs, feet, growth, and the pituitary gland. Alright, now we're more than halfway done, I promise. We have Friday, which governed by both Venus and the Earth, but we'll mostly talk about Venus correspondences. Fertility, money, prosperity, healing, hope, women's power, women's mysteries, sharing, bonding, the arts, grace, charm, appeal, and goodness. Now, a Friday would be a very good day to cast, for example, an attraction spell. Not just for love and romance, but if you want to win the favor of someone with attraction. If you want to win by persuasion, you might want to do spell work like that on a Wednesday. So for Venus, we have alder, alfalfa, aloes wood, apple, apricot, aster, avocado, bachelor buttons, balm of Gilead, which is another very strong magical herb. We have banana, barley, bedstraw, birch, blackberry, bleeding heart, buckwheat, burdock, capers, cardamom, catnip, cherry, coltsfoot, columbine, corn, cowslip, crocus, cyclamen, cherry, daffodil, daisy, dittany of Crete, elder, feverfew, foxglove, geranium, goldenrod, groundsel, heather, hibiscus, huckleberry, Indian paint. Indian paintbrush. There we go. Lady's mantle, larkspur, licorice, if you like licorice, lilac, magnolia, maidenhair fern, mugwort, another good visionary herb, myrtle, oats, orris, passion flower, pea, peach, pear, persimmon, plantain, plum, plumeria, primrose, ragwort, raspberry, rhubarb, rose, rye, sagebrush, wood sorrel, spearmint, spikenard, which is an incense and aromatic, strawberry, sugarcane, sweet pea, tansy, thyme, tomato, tonka beans, which I believe are good for dream states, trillium, tulip, valerian, another dream herb, vanilla, vervain, vetiver, violet, wheat, and willow. So for Venus, you have quite a bit to choose from. And oh boy, it's getting hot. Here. The color is green. Green is a very good color. You can use orange too, or pink. The number is 7, and the Sephiroth is Netzach. And then the metals are copper and bronze. Crystals are emerald, jade, rose quartz, and amazonite. And then any other minerals you can use is coral, amber, sandstone, and pearl shell. And then Friday is a good day to work on throat, kidneys, thymus gland, sense of touch, or ovaries. The reproductive organs of the woman. Let's see. Or I should say, traditionally, the reproductive organs of the woman. But, of course, we know there are women now who don't have ovaries, and it doesn't make you any less of a woman. We're getting there. We're almost there. So now we're going to do Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, of course, governed by Saturn, has to do with the law, limitations, binding. If you're doing a binding spell, burning black candles or anything like that, Saturday is the perfect day to do that. Holding, returning, stopping, ending, internalizing, dwindling, blocking, interrupting, loss, collecting, changing, renewing, or transformation. That's not to say that you use black candles for binding spells, but any kind of working like that, it's very good to do it on a Saturday. All right, let's see. I'm going to be testing a few connections. So, amaranth, beech, beet, bistort, boneset, buckthorn, comfrey, cypress, elm, euphorbia, fumitory, hellebore, hemp, horsetail, ivy, morning glory, another visionary plant, pansy, patchouli, poplar, quince, skullcap, which is another good herb, slippery elm, Solomon seal, tamarind, tamarisk, and yew. Not like you, like the tree, yew. I'll test some of these connections, make sure everything's hooked up right. The color is black. The number is 3, and the corresponding sephirot is Bina. And then as far as crystals and minerals is concerned, the metal is lead, and crystals, it's black onyx and jet. And then you can also use slate, asbestos, with care, of course, or obsidian, which is a very powerful stone. Saturday is a good day to deal with everything relating to skin, hair, teeth, bones, the body's defenses, or your spleen. I don't know if any dentists are open on Saturday. Alright, so this will be the last planetary correspondence we'll be covering, and then I'm going to send you home with just a chart that's got an overview of a lot of this information. So that is the sun, which of course rules Sunday, and that is all about solar power, success, personal empowerment, generosity, material wealth, immortality, spirituality, health, vitality, and invoking the aid of the gods. Any gods, really, it doesn't matter, masculine or feminine, or it's a good day to do deity workings that are not specific to a particular day. Alright, and for correspondences, we have acacia, angelica, gum arabic, ash, bay, gum benzoin, which is another kind of a aromatic incense, carnation, cashew, cedar, celandine, centauri, chamomile, chicory, cinnamon bark, citron peel, copal resin, which is aromatic, eyebright, frankincense, which is aromatic, ginseng, golden seal, which is a very good herb for success, hazel, juniper, lime, liquid amber, oak, lovage, marigold, mastic resin, olive, orange, peony, palm, pineapple, rice, rosemary, rowan, rue, saffron, St. John's wort, sandalwood, sesame, sunflower, tangerine, tea, tormental, walnut, and witch hazel. All right, let's see. Yeah, okay. Good. Yeah. Looks really good in here. All right. Good job. We're almost done. All right. And then the sun is, of course, gold. And the number is 6, and it's associated with the Sephirot Tiferet. And the metal, of course, is gold. Crystals, tiger's eye, citrine, goldstone, and topaz. And then anything else you can use is anything that is yellow, gold, or looks like an eye. You could even possibly do magic with your eye. I've known of people like Odin to do that. And then as far as body systems, your heart, spine, and general vitality are all good to deal with on a Sunday. Now, this is what I'm going to be uploading into your databanks. But by covering a lot of these things verbally, I connect a lot of these pathways using your other systems. So this chart will also have the astrological correspondences, which I didn't cover here because we're not really getting into the astrology part of it yet. But you do get some of the different correspondence type things included in this chart. Alright, let me just put your faceplate back on, and then we're going to do another breathing exercise just to pull you back to your waking state. I'm going to count backwards from 10, and while I'm doing that, we're going to do an in count of 4 and an out count of 4, just kind of quick, okay? So 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you should be totally ready to go about the rest of your day. Thank you for coming in, and I hope that you found this somewhat enjoyable and that your programming will be very useful to both you and the alchemist. And send them my regards. Absolutely. Thank you so much.